Hello, remember, to thyself be true and to thy finances be true. Let's review the month of July together. So everything else in terms of income source stayed the same except for the gift. I was gifted 1,632 and 45 cents, which was more than I budgeted. So all in all, I was working with an income source of 25,263 rand 30 cents. When it comes to my fixed expenses, they are as the name says. So I had an amount of 4,526 rand 67 cent as my fixed expenses. So when it comes to my variable expenses, groceries I spent more, meat I spent more, eating out I spent more, petrol I spent less, Bolt I spent less, taxi I spent less, Gautrain I spent less, cleaning supplies I spent less, household I spent way more, electricity I spent way more, giving I did not do it, toiletries I spent less, baby exactly as I budgeted, Standard Bank fees were less, Capitec bank fees or time bank fees were also less, gas refill was the only additional variable expense for the month. So all in all, I spent 9,992 rand 54 cents in my actual variable expenses. When it comes to my savings, I saved exactly 6,600 rand. My investments also stayed the same. I invested 1,600 rand. And then when it comes to my personal expense, I didn't go for grooming. Books I spent more. Dubai I spent as I actually budgeted. And the medication I spent slightly more. And then hair salon I spent the same. For my personal, I spent a little bit less. So all in all, I actually spent for my personal 2,514 rand 23 cents. So my actual expenses for the month was 26,263 rand 30 cents. Total expenses 17,033 rand 44 cents. Total saved 6,600. Total invested 1,600, and the amount that I'm carrying over to August is 1,029 rand 86. So I overspent on variable expenses and I underspent just on my personal expenses. So the scale got tilted from personal into variable expenses. So when it comes to my monthly review, I filled this in from the budget side, and this I've been filling it throughout the week, and then also these are filled up throughout the weeks. So after tallying up everything here, so in terms of representation, savings and investments, I amounted to 32% of my income, food 23% of my income, transport 5% of my income, household and utilities 9% of my income, entertainment and giving 5% of my income, insurance and baby 3% of my income, subscription and medical 1% of my income, miscellaneous 16% of my income, education 3% of my income, personal and beauty 3% of my income. So majority went to my savings and investments in this pie, and then the second to that is the food, and then from the food then came the miscellaneous, education, personal and beauty, insurance and baby, and then there was entertainment and giving, and lastly transport just 5%. Until next time, remember, to thyself be true and to thy finances be true.